Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Boothe review. So, we are going to be reviewing the Pixar movie Onward. So, there's kind of been a little bit of a quarantine right now, so you might not be able to go out to the theaters to watch it, but as soon as it's lifted, I would say check it out. So, it's about these two brothers. One's a little bit older, one's a little younger. It is his 16th birthday. And
Ian, the youngest.
Ian's the youngest, and he is played by Tom Holland, who I absolutely love and adore. The older brother is Chris Pratt, Star-Lord as well. Love my Marvels. So, they had lost their father when they were younger. So, he had a present for Ian. Well, it was technically for both of them, and the mother said they just had to be over 16 years old.
Both, yeah.
So she gave it to him on his 16th birthday. So it's kind of like in the olden days where there used to be magic, but now the magic's going out, and so they get a wizard staff, which you can see this from the trailer, so it is not a spoiler. But it's kind of like a fun traveling brother bonding type of movie.
Road trip type movie.
Yeah, road trip. So they're trying to see their dad again, which to me is very, anything about me. I like the story and I like the premise of the movie. I wish there was a little bit more to the story, but other than that, I like it. I like pretty much all Disney Pixar movies. Yeah. It's not up there super high for me, but
I agree.
I liked most of it. I like the magic parts, of course. I thought that the banter between the brothers, so, they've done a couple movies together already, Chris Pratt and Tom Holland, but I think overall, I liked it.
Yeah. I think, so thankfully, Pixar is going back to original stories. I think they've had a run on sequels lately, yes. And it's just...
very original.
Yeah, I think it's tempered a little bit of their creativity. But it's not a bad movie by any stretch. It's just not as strong as their other movies.
Agreed.
Especially their original stories. Mm-hmm. At least in my opinion.
I know, I completely agree with you.
Because, they have such strong content with WALL-E and Up and
Wally's
Inside
my
Out.
Favorite.
Stuff like that.
Guys,
so,
he's my heart.
Right. So, and Ratatouille. And, you can go on and on and on about Pixar and how phenomenal they are. And even their sequels. They don't make... they really don't have too many bad movies, if any, really. It's just this one. It's just not as strong. The story is actually really good and compelling and emotional, really, towards the end. It's just through the workings of it, I just think there were some things that they didn't quite hit the mark. Some of it, for being a shorter movie, it's not too long. I don't think it's only about maybe an hour 40 some minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It felt long at parts.
Mm-hmm.
Some scenes felt longer than they needed to be. And I felt like they could have used that time in other places. The road trip stuff, though, the banter stuff is great.
My favorite part of the whole movie is there's a driving sequence, and literally that had me laughing hysterically.
Oh, but getting onto a high speed highway.
I really just wish that there was more of that type of humor, or just overall, because to me, I like the storyline. There wasn't. They had a good premise, right? But then it didn't. They were missing something. The movie's about magic, and they are missing a little bit of magic with it to me. So
some of it, like you said, with the jokes and stuff, just now with it, that kind of comedy fits into, and what really is what makes Pixar really great. But it doesn't feel forced.
Right.
Some of it felt a little forced.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And
on the nose, if you will.
It was okay. I'm going to say definitely see it.
Especially if children. This is definitely going to appeal to children.
And I feel that's the thing.
And the content will appeal to adults. Of course, it's Pixar. That's what they do.
So I think that it's more for kids. Normally Disney and Pixar, they Frozen 2. There's a lot of things for adults, but there's a lot of things for kids, whereas I feel that this had more things mostly for kids, which is maybe why we weren't feeling it as much.
Yeah.
It's not ideally
You're right. Pixar and Disney normally do a really good job of meshing the content of both for adults and for kids so that everybody gets enjoyment from these movies.
Right.
And there are moments that work like that in this movie. It's just it just doesn't work in the entirety of the movie.
I mean, the end, guys, I mean, that's what got me the most, but, I mean, you're going to assume what happens, but overall, I mean, I'm going to see it. It's definitely a Disney Pixar movie, but we're going to
I don't want to say you have to see it, but it's worth it. Like, they're not like, it's not like Disney messed up on this. It's just, it wasn't as strong as their other ones.
We like to do lists. And for my Disney Pixar list, this is going to be down towards the bottom. But overall, like I said, I would see it. But we're doing your scores now. So I would say...
I'm trying to think of like some really strong parts about it. Like visual stuff, like the magic stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And,
I mean, they have like manticores and they have like the...
And the Manticore in this movie is voiced by Octavia Spencer.
And the mom is Julie Louis-Dreyfus.
Yes.
So, I mean, they have some good cast members. It was lacking magic, which is what it was about.
Yeah, which it was about. So that's probably...
But that's all.
Maybe that's on us. Maybe we were expecting a lot of magic from this movie since it was about...
I expect a lot out of them.
But it just didn't hit the mark quite for me.
Are we ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, we are doing it again. But,
see it if you can. If you can. We understand the quarantine situation.
Yeah.
And then maybe with this whole situation, because Disney really didn't get a big response in the box office with this movie, they might actually put it on early on their streaming service.
They just did that with Disney, or with Frozen 2. They released it 3 months early, guys.
I could see that happening. I could see it being on there probably early summer if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
Because I don't think this is going to get a long theatrical run, especially with the whole situation going on right now.
Right.
So, and maybe you'll get a chance to see it then if you don't see it in the theater.
All right. Well, still see it no matter what. It's still a Disney.
It's good.
Pixar
It's worth
movie.
it. It's a Pixar. It's definitely, you're going to get something out of it.
Yeah. You'll like the end. The end's the best, of course.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening to us ramble about movies that we like to watch. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. And we are on to the next. Okay, bye.